Alright YouTube, so we're back to talk about some Final Fantasy VII Remake. The Skytree and Midgar collaboration event was something that was announced like early December, but we never really talked about it at all, actually. But to be fair, at the time, we didn't have a whole lot of info on the event. We just knew it was happening at the top of this building, 450 meters off the ground. There's going to be original content exclusive to the event. There's also going to be exclusive items you could buy and some sort of like cafe. There's also going to have exclusive menu items, and that was the gist of what we knew at the time. But fast forward to now, a couple days ago, we actually got some more info and a lot more pictures. So I figured today we'd kind of look over all this stuff and get an idea of what to expect from this event. That's going to be going on for like 2.5 months. So first up, we have the Final Fantasy VII Premium Round Theater that's described as the original image work will show off the charm of the Final Fantasy VII series. For starters, I think it's interesting that they say the charm of the Final Fantasy VII series as opposed to just the charm of Final Fantasy VII. So possibly things from the extended universe, who knows. Also, I think this image is sort of a mock-up of what to expect from this event, because these aren't necessarily original artworks, because these are things you've already seen, plus you're seeing the same image twice of Cloud, and you can tell that these people are photoshopped into the picture, which you can see with some of the other pictures as well. Next up, we have the elevator, which I think is actually awesome. The description reads, for starters, the elevator to take you to the top has a Midgar-based appearance. It plays videos and music from Final Fantasy VII Remake for about 30 seconds until you reach the top. So this is obviously pretty badass, the fact that it's actually playing video for you and music. I'm wondering what the video is going to be for about 30 seconds. Maybe the actual elevator scene from Final Fantasy VII Remake. We've seen that with the Game Awards trailer. To me, that makes sense in a lot of ways. You're in an elevator, use the elevator scene from the actual game, but it could also just be generic gameplay footage and things. Next up, we have the first thing you're going to see as you step off the elevator at the top. You see these cutouts of Cloud, Aerith, Barret, and Tifa that you can obviously take pictures with. This is also what I was talking about earlier, where you could tell that people were photoshopped into pictures, because to the best of my knowledge, people aren't usually transparent. Following that, we have a gallery for the game that is described as, stretches about 110 meters, tells us about Final Fantasy VII Remake's characters, and some history behind the Final Fantasy VII series. So obviously that's kind of cool, you can learn about the characters and some history about Final Fantasy VII, but I'm still interested in the fact that it keeps saying Final Fantasy VII series, because if you're talking about the series, you're talking about everything. Final Fantasy VII, Crisis Core, Before Crisis, Dirge of Cerberus, Advent Children. That's all the Final Fantasy VII series, the Final Fantasy VII universe. But I'm not entirely sure if that's just Siliconera's wording on this article, or if it's like an actual translation from Square Enix or something. I don't know. There wasn't a picture with this article, but there is also going to be a life-size replica of Cloud Sword. We've seen this before, like Tokyo Game Show and stuff. I'm assuming you can take pictures with it. I know you've been able to pick it up in the past and take pictures with it, but I don't know how heavy it's supposed to be. Following that, we have another gallery for the game that is described as showcasing game system and concept art of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Again, I'm assuming this is also just a mock-up, giving us an idea of kind of what to expect from this gallery, but I don't know if these are the actual images you're gonna see from this event, from this area, because these are things we've already seen before as well. Even though the quality is not the best, like zooming in on all these images, it's things we've already seen, all of them. This next one is pretty interesting. It's called the Sky Tower Recovery, and it's described as an interactive attraction located on top that uses the power of the Sky Tower materia. By pointing it at the right spot, you can check out special effects and pretty lighting work. As I said, it was interesting, not necessarily good or cool. What I initially thought when I first read it was that it'd be like an interactive, maybe Midgar, because they're trying to allude to the Skytree being something like the Shinder building if you look at the promotional poster. And I thought maybe you could like go around an interactive Midgar, maybe hover over like Sector 8, gives you a brief description of Sector 8, things like that. But it just says that you see some special effects and some pretty lighting, so I don't even know what the hell the point is. The next one I have on the list just says Trails of the Final Fantasy VII series, and it's described as, from the top area to the elevator, there's an exhibit showing off old goods from the past and replicated images. The first thing that comes to mind with replicated images is the updated key arts that we've seen, but I don't know why those wouldn't just be in one of the galleries that we've already talked about, but it could mean anything. I'm not entirely sure what the goods from the past thing is. So I'm curious what you guys think that's going to be. Let me know in the comments. And here towards the end, they give us a list of the other services you can do at this event, and one of them is the Choose Your Two-Shot service that lets you take photographs of your choice. You can choose out of Cloud, Aerith, Barret, Tifa, and Sephiroth to stand by your side for the photo. This service is located on floor 445 from 8 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. JST. The price is 1,800 yen. So for about $16.50 US, you can take a picture with Tifa by your side, which I think is absolutely worth that investment, but hopefully it's not this terrible quality, because this is awful Photoshop. Furthermore, there are a variety of goods to purchase on floor 450. It includes original goods exclusive to the collaboration. Those who purchase 5,000 yen or more receive an original novelty gift that you can only get there. So as I mentioned in the past, I'm not really a collectibles type guy, so there's not a whole lot here that I care about except for probably the t-shirt. I don't even know what half of this stuff is. I'm assuming the stuff in the top right is like badges or pins or something. I don't even know what the jars are. Is that a lunchbox at the top? Keychains? I don't care. All I'd really want from this is probably the t-shirt. Last but not least, those looking to grab a bite can stop by the Skytree Cafe on floor 340 called the 340th Heaven Cafe, based on 7th Heaven. It features an original cafe menu based on characters from Final Fantasy VII Remake. Additionally, all orders come with 1 of 5 original coasters as a gift. So this is kind of cool, I guess. You see the Buster Sword in one of the drinks, and the Buster Sword and Masamune on some of the food. The original coasters are kind of cool too. I wouldn't mind having all 5 of those if I'm honest. And obviously by name being the 340th Heaven Cafe, it's modeled after the 7th Heaven, but I'm wondering if they're actually going to change the inside to resemble the 7th Heaven bar, because that'd be fucking awesome. I'd love to go eat someplace that looks like that. That's kind of everything we know so far about it. It's a bit of a different video, because we don't normally do stuff like this, right? This is something that's not necessarily directly about the game. We usually talk about trailers or gameplay or characters or whatever, and this is some sort of event that surrounds the game. But it does say there's going to be a lot of like exclusive things here. So maybe there's exclusive like character breakdowns or descriptions or location descriptions. There could be exclusive videos here that tell us more about the game that we haven't had anywhere else. So there could be some interesting things that come out of this event that's going to be going on for a while. Think about like that PlayStation event that happened in like the Philippines, where we got that random like story synopsis for Final Fantasy VII Remake. That told us a lot about the game in just a couple of paragraphs. So you never know what could be shown at this event that could tell us a lot about the game. And again, this event's going to be going on for a while, from February 6th to April 22nd. It's the beginning of the year, man. It's income tax season. This is not an event that's only going on for like 1 or 2 days. It's possible. It's very possible. You could book you a flight to Japan to go to this event and actually visit here and eat here and buy these items and things and take these pictures. Like, it's actually a possibility. Kind of cool. As I mentioned, the Skytree and Midgar collaboration event starts on February 6th, which is actually the same day that Taipei Game Show starts, but the Final Fantasy VII Remake stuff doesn't happen until February 8th. But early into February, looks like we might be getting us some info for the game, which would be kind of nice. Anyways, my dudes, that's the video. Let me know your thoughts. I'm interested to see some of the pictures and videos that come out of the Skytree event. I actually want to see what it looks like, not these like mock-up pictures. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and want to see more Final Fantasy VII Remake content. Turn on my notifications. Follow me on Twitter at @dashingdavid. I'm a Discord. Links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys. Give me a smile, give me forever for a while, give me forever for a while. Quit